Is it really possible to paint in 15 minutes? Definitely not like this though, but let's find it out today. Let's get the canvas ready. I am going to show you each and every brush stroke. I'm also going to have all the required supplies nearby so that I don't have to keep looking out for things at the time of painting. And if you stay till the end, I'll show you all these materials, whatever I'm using in today's painting. First, let's see if we can finish this off. Let's start the timer. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Let's separate the horizon with the paper tape. As I told you, I'm going to show you everything that I do on the canvas, including mixing, blending, painting, everything. So the colors that I am using now are Oriental Violet, Dark Cobalt Violet, Ultramarine Blue and some black. Later in the painting, we'll also use a white. That's what I have in my mind. So let's start to blend these colors. My usual paintings for YouTube tutorials are anywhere between 2 hours to 4 hours, and my gallery works are somewhere around 10 to 14 days. That's a very long time, right? That's how I'm used to working. You might also resonate with me that painting takes a long time to do. So I'm very skeptical if I can finish this in 15 minutes. Not only the subject should be simple, the implementation itself must be super simple. So I do have a rough idea of what I'm going to paint. Can you guess what I'm painting? Pause the video here and guess what I am painting. Post it in the comments below and then continue with it. Let's see if you have guessed it right. One quick tip to blend colors smoothly in acrylic is that when you start blending colors, do not wash your brush. Just keep blending them either from top to bottom or bottom to top according to the area you are painting and the colors you are using. If you feel that you have a lot of paint on your canvas, you can just use a cloth or tissue to remove the excess paint from your brush and blend the colors again on the canvas. I do have a cloth on my left hand which I use to remove the excess paint from the brush. As we have the paper tape at the corners of the canvas, ensure you fill the edges properly. Go over the colors 2-3 times to get a nice blending. Already 2 minutes have gone and we are still blending the colors, that too only in the top part of the canvas. Will I finish this painting in the next 12 minutes? No idea. There we go, we have almost finished blending. Now let's bring in an A4 sheet. I'm going to splatter white paint on top of this. The paint is still wet. If I am going to paint for long hours without any time restrictions, I would have waited for the base to dry. But then now we'll have to finish this or try to finish this at least in 15 minutes. So I'm just going over it. It will not do any damage, but then if you are trying to pull it or push it somewhere, these white and the behind background will blend together. Since I have no idea of adding any more layers to the top, we are safe to paint this way. Let's take the paper off and let's start with the below base. For the base, I'm not going to remove the paper tape yet because the above paint is still wet. Let's first add these colors, give it some time to settle down and then we will remove the tape. I am using a dark cobalt violet, ultramarine blue and with a little black. Let's take this off, stick it at the top, and then we'll continue painting. I think the above part is still not completely dry, but then it is almost dry, like 95% it is dry, so we can safely put it on top. Most people say acrylics dry very fast and they are not able to control it like oils, but now today at least I feel it should dry even more faster. This is the first time ever I am thinking so. Okay, now let's start to blend the below, midground and the foreground area. I am using the same technique that I used in the upper part of the canvas. I am going to come from top to bottom, right from my dark cobalt violet, mixing it with ultramarine blue and finally mixing it with the black. The next tip for blending I would want you to implement if you are having trouble blending acrylic is that blend the colors when it is wet. It's a little more easy and workable when the acrylics are smooth while blending. If you have allowed the acrylics to dry completely, then it is a totally different method to blend smoothly. So in the beginning, if you are just a beginner in acrylics, blend when the paint is still wet. If your acrylics start to dry before you blend them fully, try and practice working little faster than you usually do. If that did not solve your problem of blending acrylics, use a medium to blend smoothly. As in medium, I would suggest you to use a glazing medium or an acrylic retarder medium, all of which will make your acrylic paint to dry slower, giving you enough time to blend. Brush also plays a very important role in blending. Here I am using a filbert brush. If you are with me on the channel long enough, by now you know that I love filbert brushes. You can also equally use a flat brush to blend smoothly. We are almost done with the blending of the mid and the foreground areas. I am just going one more time to blend it smoothly and I'll finish it there. Let's check the time. We have only 9 more minutes and we have not even finished our background yet, and this also takes a lot of time to dry. So let's see if we can finish the painting. Let's take the paper tape off, and we have got a very nice colorful horizon there. By now you should have understood what I am trying to paint. Yes, it's a night sky moonlight painting. Let's start with doing the moon now. I am using white paint to define the shape of the moon. You can actually do this with your filbert brush or either with your round brush. So ensure that when you are doing a moon or such a circular object, just ensure that your edges are nice and crisp. I have done moon painting and night sky painting on the channel, but none of it is just 15 minutes long. They took more than that to finish. We have almost got the base of the moon and we have corrected it to have the crisp edge. Now what we will do is we will start adding a touch of black to it. So in case you have a piney grey, you can use that. You can also use a combination or a touch of blue with this black. So it's up to you how you want the shades to be. So here I'm going to keep it very simple. I'm just going to add a touch of black to show the value changes in the moon. So start blending the black color with the white. White is already wet, just now we painted it, so it's easily blendable with a white paint. The problem here is if you don't do it in a controlled manner, it will overblend and you will not be able to see your white paint. So just have a balance between the white and how far you mix it with the black. Let's see the time, the last 7 more minutes to finish off our painting. Now I am adding white paint for the reflection on top of the water. Just remember not to overblend them. I still feel some of the violets and the below part and the blue is completely not dry. So I can say it is almost dry, like 90% is dry, but still it is little wet. So if you are trying to paint little faster or within a certain time frame, then ensure you don't keep blending it too much. Then you will have that reflection set properly. I just saw the time and realized how fast the time is going when painting. I also remembered a quote that I read. By the way, I love quotes, quotations, phrases, and I have it all over my room. This one that I read went something like, anything you can do, I can do slower. So that's me when painting. I take my time, go slow. But today, just breaking all that in itself seems to be great. If you are an artist who paint for longer hours, challenge yourself with smaller, simpler works. Of course, you need not set a timer, but you can try to make your painting as simple as possible. Be it the drawing part, the implementation process, or the painting part, whichever you think you can make it simple. Just for one painting. The last 5 minutes to finish off our painting. We are yet to finish the foreground area. Let's see if we can finish this. I'm going to add a tree on the right side of the painting. I'm going to keep it mostly silhouette so that it's easy for us to paint. I'm using a stencil brush to create the tree foliage. Stencil brushes are round big brushes which has lot of bristles in it. One edge of this stencil brush is completely trimmed, and so it is flat and blunt at one edge, the painting edge. So if you don't have this stencil brush, you can also use a bristle brush. The stencil brush is of course easy to create your foliages, the bushes, everything. But nevertheless, if you don't have a stencil brush, you can use a bristle brush instead. I'm almost done with the black for the tree. I'm taking white paint to just dab it on. We have only 4 more minutes to finish off this painting, and I'm adding a touch of white to give it a light shade, and I'm not going to overdo this. Again, you'll have to always have a control over your brush strokes. Let's speed up this a bit and see where we stand in finishing our painting. I'm almost done with the tree there. The next thing that we will do is create little more grasses at the left side of the painting. So here we can use a round brush. It's very easy to create these kind of grass lines with a round brush. It is also very easy to create things where you have a broad side at one end and a thin or lean side at the other end. So the round brush works perfectly for that. Whenever you are doing grasses, just remember to do it in different directions and not just on one direction. So let's finish this off. So for all these foreground areas, I am just using the black to keep it very simple. Now let's add some leaves that is hanging from the top. So the last 2 minutes, hopefully I'll finish. Still I don't know. Let's just finish off with this hanging plants here. The last 60 seconds, I'm almost done. A few touches here and there, so should be done by any second now. Let's see the time, 45 seconds more. Let's quickly remove the paper tape and get our painting done. We have completed the painting within the given time frame. I'm so happy about it. Here is the finished piece of work, and I think I have done justice to the last 15 minutes. Let me know how you like this painting. Do post it in the comment section below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. I'll be posting video tutorials, reviews and much more every week, so stay connected. Let's meet in the next video. Until then, bye from Modula.